Alice Knight, and I'm going to be starting a new series on using herbs in witchcraft. Throughout the ages, herbs have been linked with witchcraft and other spiritual practices. Herbal magic is a great natural way to practice witchcraft, and it's very accessible to most everyone. Herbs can be easily found in grocery stores, bought online, grown yourself, or wild foraged, and are some of my favorite tools to use in witchcraft and spells. Each has their own magical properties that can aid in spell work and can be used in many different ways. In witchcraft, the term herb is really used as a catch-all term for leaves, roots, stems, wood chips, spices, flowers, and generally speaking, just about any plant matter that really which is used for their magical properties. In this video, I'll be going over a few general ways you can use herbs in witchcraft. And in future videos in this series, I'll be going over specific herbs and their correspondences. I'm going to share 15 different ways you can use herbs in your practice, but I'm not going to be going into super detail about each one, so if you want more detail about each one, let me know. Alright, I do have some notes here, so if I'm looking down, that's just so that I don't forget anything. So the first way you can use herbs is to dress candles. There's all sorts of different herbs you can use, and you can just basically take a candle like a spell candle or a pillar, whatever you're using, dress it in some oil, and then roll it in some herbs. The next one is burning herbs as incense. This is really pretty self-explanatory, I think. Basically, you would just take a charcoal disc in like a cauldron or some type of fire-safe dish, and burn the herbs on top of it. Of course, you would want to make sure any herbs you are burning are safe to be burned, because some you don't want to be inhaling the smoke. That'd be dangerous for certain herbs. The next one is similar. It's burning herbs for smoke cleansing. You can either do it like the same way you would do it as incense, and then just like carry it around an area, or to cleanse like a space in your house, like an area, objects or people. And you can also use bundles, like a sage bundle or something like that. The next one is you can use herbs as ingredients in spells. You can use them in things like spell jars, witches' balls, mojo bags, stuffed poppets, put them in dream pillows, all sorts of things. That is, really very broad. Number 5 is as offerings. You can use herbs as offerings to the universe, your deities, whoever it is you work with, ancestors, whatever. You can have like a live plant, you could have cut flowers, or you could have dried herbs. And you can burn herbs as offerings as well, like incense. You can use herbs infused in a carrier oil. You can infuse herbs in oil, like olive oil or almond oil, something like that. And they have to be dry when you infuse them, but you can do that and use that to dress candles, or use it for different purposes, like an anointing oil on yourself, in a spell, or even as an ingredient to make something such as a salve or a soap. Speaking of that, you can use herbs in homemade beauty products. You can put dried herbs in a mix like bath salts. You can make bath teas, which is just like it's basically like a tea you would drink, just loose herbs, but then you put it in a little sachet and you put it in your bath water. You could mix them into your bath bombs, or like I said, you can use the herbal infused oils for salves and soaps. Number 8 is using them in amulets. This is pretty cool idea, I thought. You can put herbs in like a tiny vial or into a locket that you wear, and that way you have it as an amulet to carry around with you. You could even like take some air-dried clay or something and mix the herbs, just a little bit of herbs into it, and then like mold it into whatever shape. Carve a symbol on it, however you'd like to. You can use herbs as a fragrance. You can use your infused oils like as a perfume, or essential oils are an option, which are made from herbs. So it's not exactly using herbs themselves, but it's similar. You can also create potpourri from herbs. Oh, the last few years especially, I've seen lots of people doing simmer pots on the stove with herbs, different herb combinations and plant materials like apples and oranges and stuff. And again, essential oils, although they're not technically herbs, they're made from them, so you could use that in like a diffuser. Although, of course, you want to be careful if you have young children or pets and make sure you're not doing that because it can be toxic. You can use herbs to create a dye. Certain herbs and botanicals can be used to create dyes for fabric, yarns, and paper. Alright, sorry about that. The dog was going crazy. So, number 15 is you can use herbs and plants to communicate with plant spirits. You can do this by either growing herbs and plants yourself or even just spending time out in nature. And you can really connect to the plant spirits and allies. I think it's really great to get to know them and build a relationship when you're going to be working with them magically or even just medicinally. I'm sure there are other ways that you can use herbs in your practice, but these are just the kind of most common ones I could think of just kind of off the top of my head. So I hope you enjoyed. In the next video, I'm going to be going over a specific herb and its uses and correspondences. And I already have that one planned, but if you have any ideas for future videos on certain herbs you would like me to cover, please leave them down below and I will put those on the list to cover first. Yeah, I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to my channel and I will see you next time. Blessings. Bye.